Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to this high five video for the 5 people that I want to see in the 2017 Royal Rumble. Now the big thing to remember with this year's Royal Rumble is it is going to be huge. It is at the Alamo Dome. That is, not a normal indoor arena. It's not going to be like 16,000, it's going to be like 40 odd thousand. It's going to have very much that kind of WrestleMania feel to it. They know it's a big venue and they're going to have to pull out all the stops, all the big names to really put on a show that fits that size of a venue. So it's really exciting, and I do think we're going to see a lot of surprises and returns and legends and call-ups, and I think we'll get it all. But that got me thinking, what are the 5 that I really want to see? Unfortunately, there's some that don't make the list because of contracts with other companies. So I would love to see Okada from New Japan Pro Wrestling. I regard him as one of, if not the best wrestlers at the moment. He is currently their IWGP Heavyweight Champion, the Rainmaker. Yeah, that would just be insane. That would be up there with AJ Styles' debut and Nakamura debut. Could you just imagine broken Matt Hardy walking out during the Rumble match? The place would become unglued. Absolutely amazing. As well as that, I'd love to see Ricochet, also known as Prince Puma. You might know him as Prince Puma from Lucha Underground. There's some fantastic wrestlers out there. Just not many, in truth, that I think would be able to go straight into the main roster, straight into the Royal Rumble. So let's go through the 5 anyway. At number 5, Ty Dillinger. Ty Dillinger is being built for something. I don't know if that's a championship run down in NXT or a main roster call-up, but they have far from forgotten Ty Dillinger. He's appeared at TakeOver Toronto. He had that fantastic Fatal 4-Way match for the #1 contendership recently, and it got down to him and Bobby Roode, and he just fell short. And it's going to be Bobby Roode versus Nakamura for the NXT Championship. And where does that leave Ty? Does Ty get a shot afterwards? As I say, are they building him towards that NXT main event picture? Or are they building him for the main roster? I don't see any reason as to why Ty couldn't be called up and be made a fantastic addition to the mid-card on either Raw or SmackDown. Ty Dillinger versus The Miz over the Intercontinental Championship would be fantastic. And in fact, I think they've had a little bit of back and forth on Twitter as well. But imagine the clock counting down to number 10, and then out steps the perfect 10, Ty Dillinger. I would absolutely love that. I'd freak out. I will be very excited when number 10 is getting counted down, I'll tell you now. So at number 4, another NXT call-up, Samoa Joe. This is the baddest man on the WWE roster. There is no one, maybe with the exception of Braun Strowman, that is as destructive as what Samoa Joe is on a consistent basis. Yes, you've got Brock Lesnar. Yes, you've got Goldberg. But they're part-timers. I'm talking about week in, week out, bad man that's just going to come and beat you up. And that is what Samoa Joe does, and he has been fantastic in 2016 at doing that. He's had 2 massive feuds, start of the year over the NXT Championship against Finn Balor, and then end of the year he was feuding with Shinsuke Nakamura, and he's just looked dominant. He's not won every match, but he's just looked good in every match, and the way he carries himself, he is more than ready for the main roster, and he would bring absolute destruction and carnage with him. I would love it if his music hit and out came the submission specialist, Samoa Joe. But how about if that clock counts down and out steps a former Olympic champion, Kurt Angle? It's done. It's a done deal. Kurt's going around telling everyone he has signed with WWE. It would make sense to put him in the Royal Rumble, and that would be one hell of a return. Kurt Angle is still regarded as one of the best wrestlers in the world, one of the best wrestlers of all time, a legitimate wrestler as well, you know, a former Olympian, and you know, he's got the medals to prove it. Obviously he's been out of WWE for a long time, and he's been over in TNA. And in many ways, he's now Mr. TNA. You know, kind of his time spent there. I'm sure he spent more time in TNA than he did WWE. But he's been very vocal about wanting to come back. WWE, in its current brand split world that it lives in, would be silly to not bring him back. And as I said, you know, rumour mill is saying that he has signed. He's been telling people he can't be taking any bookings at this time, so I think that there's a very good chance you see Kurt Angle walking out at the Royal Rumble. At number 2, and this is going to be many people's number 1, Shawn Michaels. Now, Shawn Michaels is retired, but to my knowledge doesn't have any injuries that would prevent him from competing if he wanted to. I don't see Shawn doing a singles match. There was big rumours it was going to be Shawn Michaels against AJ Styles. That now seems to be Cena, AJ Styles for the championship. So I think that leaves Shawn in the Rumble. You know, he has retired, but a one-off comeback in the Rumble is fine. It's expected. It's what legends do. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Shawn Michaels come out, maybe in one of the later numbers. I don't think he wins. He could certainly get towards the end and tease it. It is in Texas, remember? And the pop for Shawn Michaels coming out would be absolutely insane. So yeah, I can see Shawn coming out at some point, but as I say, I don't expect him to win. But what a moment. You're talking about one of the best moments in the past few years, if it does actually happen. So who is number 1? Who do I want to see in the Royal Rumble more than one of my all-time favourite wrestlers, Shawn Michaels? I can tell you it's not The Undertaker. I think a lot of you will be expecting me to say The Undertaker, but I expect him to interfere in the AJ Styles Cena match. I think we build towards Undertaker Cena. I don't think Undertaker will be in the Royal Rumble. He might, but I am not anticipating that. I think they'll use him in a different way. So who's number 1? Who? Number 1 is an absolute legend. Number 1 is running out of time to be in this match. Number 1 is someone that I've wanted to see in this match for years. Every single year I wait to see this guy. Every single year this guy is not in the Royal Rumble. He's running out of time. It needs to happen now. I believe he resides in Texas as well. It's Jake the Snake Roberts. We have to see Jake Roberts in the Rumble. You know, he's desperate to do it himself. He wants that one last kind of moment of coming out on that big stage. They used him a couple of years ago in 2014. It was an old school Raw edition. And, I mean, you're going back so far, The Shield and CM Punk were in the ring at the time. And out came Jake the Snake Roberts, and he had this massive smile on his face. And I remember Dean Ambrose was out in the middle of the ring, and Jake gets in, and he ends up like throwing the snake on top of Ambrose, and Ambrose is lying there smiling because, like, well, he can't believe it either, you know, one of his all-time idols is chucking a snake on top of him. And I seem to recall as well, Jake like grabbed the snake's head and was really like wiping it over Ambrose's face. It was a real moment. I absolutely loved it. I freaked out for it. I've rewatched that clip time after time after time after time after time. But if we got his music was amongst the best as well. Absolutely brilliant. If we got that, and out came Jake, and Jake got his moment. That final chance to walk out in front of that massive arena, that dome of 40-odd thousand people with the snake. And he hasn't got to be in it long, but just give him that moment. I would absolutely love that. Awesome, guys. I'd love to know the people that you would love to see in the Royal Rumble, so drop it in the comments below. If you like the video and you like some of the people that I've put into this, then give the video a like. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I really would appreciate it if you would. Could be a really nice start to 2017. I think that's everything for now. Thanks a lot for watching, and hopefully I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.